had it around the world a couple of times, probably 9 or 10 years now, 8 or 9, something like that. I played with Manhattan Transfer. I used this multiple times, and I just finished a show with Bette Midler in Las Vegas for 2.5 years. It's actually been over for well over a year, but you know how you say the same thing for about 10 years and then you realize you have to change your story. But this was used on a couple of her hit songs that featured nylon strings, and I played this also with Natalie Cole, and I did a couple years with Ricky Lee Jones where we played like duets live. So this has seen it all. I started out playing an acoustic instrument, a nylon string actually, with Manhattan Transfer many years ago. I have a Grit Laskin, a real classical instrument with a 2-inch neck, you know, the white neck. Grit's a really great luthier, makes a beautiful instrument, but it's a difficult instrument to play unless you really study classical, which I did for a while, and I was able to adapt it to my particular style of playing. The transition going from that neck back to my jazz guitar especially was pretty drastic, but I got used to it. But Bob's concept is that this is not a classical instrument, this is a nylon string guitar for a steel string player or an electric player that wants to make that transition. You want the sound of nylon strings, but let's face it, we're not all gifted classical players, you know, you just want that texture. So I was having trouble with my Laskin on the road getting a good sound through pickups. I tried 3 different pickups aftermarket that was unbalanced, didn't work out. So I was basically strapped to a microphone, playing in front of a microphone. And you know what it's like if you move even a little bit, the sound changes drastically. And that's not what you want for a live performance. Studio is fine. So as soon as I got this guitar and plugged it in, I realized that those troubles went away. Because you send the line to the sound man, and it's his problem from now on. And you get a very flat sound. So once your guitar, you got your guitar set, everything is just fine. It's a very flat sound. It sounds the same every night, so it's consistent. So for me, this took care of such a huge problem, which is the mental problem of playing in front of a microphone and having the mics different every night, performance is different every night, so that 90% of my performance is being comfortable. And if you're not comfortable with the sound, you're not going to be playing very well. So this took care of that. So I was very happy. I didn't have to, every night when I plugged in, I never even have to change the knobs. I just leave everything flat, and the guitar sounds great through it. You have the direct sound too, Brad? Everything's good? This guitar also has some pretty fun little acoustic sounds too. I beat on it a lot. If you look up here, you see a lot of dents. Sometimes I'll kind of do over the sound hole as kind of a bass drum sound, and I slap back for like some other contrapuntal activity on the fingerboard. So alright. And then this is my snare drum. Bob hates the snare drum. It's a lots of dents. So there's basically a sound just about anywhere on the guitar. Anyhow, it's fun. That's what I do all day. So I brought a little looper here. I'm going to play a few styles and show the flexibility of this instrument, and I'll loop a couple of sounds, a little pattern, and play some things over it, and then you can see how flexible it is. A lot of fun. that's very cool about this instrument is learning how to talk and play at the same time. The dynamics that you get out of an instrument that has a built-in pickup is designed for it. Really allows you to be very dynamic. On a normal classical instrument, I would have to be playing a lot harder to get the sound out of it, you know, to get the top of the guitar to actually generate that energy. So you can be really dynamic.
night, Nashville.